my tea is still like really hot. Oh, it's not that hot. Okay. That cup is still hot. The handle is not hot. Okay, you guys. So I was listening to the radio this morning, and I heard that the city of Atlanta is cutting down the jail time for marijuana possession. So if you have it's like an ounce or less than an ounce of marijuana, you would just be fined $75 instead of having to do jail time. And it's only in like the city of Atlanta. It's not in like Metro Atlanta or anything like that. So I was listening to my little radio morning show, and that's what I heard. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm not sure if it passed or not for city of Atlanta, but that's just what I heard. And lately I've been getting asked like more about like marijuana and my opinions on it, and like pageant interview on Unsage Question. Granted, enough so, because it is like a popular topic with a whole bunch of other states legalizing it and whatnot. And because I'm vegan and because I was raised on like above average holistic methods, my opinion on like the legalization or illegalization of marijuana is the simple fact that I think it's really dumb to illegalize it or have it illegalized because it is a plant. Like, it is of the earth. It has been here just as long as we have, if not longer. Hey, Cody. And I think it's just dumb. Like, how are you going to illegalize something that's of the earth, that's constantly here, that's constantly growing? Like, as a vegan, like, that's how I process it in my mind. And I'm like, okay, like, what's next? Like, lavender, chamomile, like sage, eucalyptus, like, what is going on? I just think it's dumb. And to go deeper into it, I think that extending upon that, it just shows the lack of respect that we have for nature and for the world and for our natural resources, to think that we as humans can control nature when we are, supposed to be thriving off of the earth, not trying to control it. I think that it just goes to show that as humans, we are mistaking our dominion for control and cruelty. And my opinion on like the illegalization or legalization of marijuana, I always approach it from a vegan perspective. And like, yes, so, and y'all also, like, in my opinion, like, if you smush up enough herbs, it's gonna make you feel some type of way. And yes, like, marijuana is one of the more powerful ones, but if you scoop up and like crush and mix enough oils and enough sage and lavender and eucalyptus and all that kind of stuff, like, it's gonna make you feel a type of way. Like, that's why people put chamomile in their tea. That's why you have like the Himalayan salt lamps, and that's why people use lavender to relax and all these other types of oils and things like that. It is because the earth never fails us. The earth and food, those are the first forms of medicine. And to even go deeper into the conversation, like when we have the dialogue about drugs and just drugs, when we talk about that in dialogue and in our everyday conversations and in our school systems, we need to include herbs and like oils in those conversations too, because those things have just as much power as man-made medicine does. And I think, I really think that we need to like put that in our school systems. When we talk about the war on drugs and say no to drugs, we also need to be talking about the pros and cons and medicinal medicine and the healing power of those as well. What else do I want to say about this? Okay, so some people will say, oh, like marijuana like gets you high and it is powerful. Yes, it is a powerful herb. But I think, okay, let's say when we start talking about alcohol in the school systems, and you talk about like knowing your limit and things like that, you have to know your limit with herbs and with natural and medicinal medicine too. Just like so let's see, what kind of example can I give? So some people like I have a diffuser, and I make different concoctions based on my mood or what I need. So lavender doesn't really do anything for me. I'm immune to lavender just because I've grown up around it and I've been around it for so long. Someone else, lavender may actually work for them. So it's just about like knowing your limits and knowing what you're capable of. And there are way more crimes like reported on drunk driving and the influences of alcohol than it is on marijuana, because at the end of the day, I cannot stress this enough, at the end of the day, the earth will never fail you. And when it comes to like man-made alterations on the body and on the brain, and like plant-based alterations on the body and on the brain, what is of the earth will always prevail. And that's just my opinion, y'all. Like at the end of the day, I think it's really stupid that something that grows of the earth and something that has been here just as long as we have, if not longer, is illegal, because it's a plant. It's of the earth. Like that just always like throws me. And yes, you know, it has an effect on the body, but what doesn't? It's about knowing your limits, and we have to start including herbs and natural medicine and things that are of the earth that have that natural power to alter the body or alter the brain. We need to include those things in our daily conversations on like drugs in general, and whether it's man-made or plant-based. We need to start like teaching our kids about that, and teaching our young adults about that, and teaching people in general about it, and not to an extent where we're saying, oh, don't use it at all, when I'm talking about like plant-based things. I'm not talking about man-made things. I'm not talking about like Molly or nothing like that. Like, y'all stay away from that. But I think just putting it all on an equal playing field, we really have to, because we know all about the man-made stuff, but you know, people are so ignorant to medicinal medicine and to natural medicine, because we're so used to like having an illness or having a pain and going to the doctor and popping a pill and not really knowing what's in it, when, you know, whatever pain you're having, you can most likely go into your backyard or go to your local farmer's market and mix something up and change your mood and change your environment with some essential oils and be good. So with these kinds of things, y'all, you know, I'm vegan. It'll be a year next month that I've been vegan. So usually with these things, I always approach it from a holistic point of view. Like I said, I think the illegalization of marijuana is really crazy, because I look at it as like making a rose illegal, sage, eucalyptus, lavender. Like it's just crazy to me. But anyway, so yeah, this conversation stemmed because I heard that on the little radio station that I listened to today, that Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, not Metro Atlanta, but just the city of Atlanta, is lifting the jail time on marijuana possession. If you possess less than an ounce, I'm not sure if it's an ounce or less than an ounce, then you will only get a $75 fine. So yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's great. I think it's progress, because at the end of the day, I think it's stupid to illegalize a plant. But yeah, you guys, that's just kind of my tidbit. That's what I heard. That's just what I wanted to speak on. So y'all engage with me in the comments. Like, let me know what y'all think. Like, do y'all have the same holistic views that I do? Do you feel that marijuana has too many natural plant based powers to be in use at all? And if you do, like, what do you think about other natural herbs and the use of natural herbs and medicinal medicine? So, yeah, you guys,